the quality of questions. The key to yes/no questions is the question and not the technique, if that makes any sense. The key is in the question. So you need 3 things when you ask really any question for divination, but it's even more magnified in yes/no questions. Hi there. Thanks for stopping by. While you're here, let me pull a card for you. Subscribe if you'd like to learn to read your life like a psychic. You need 3 things. You need a clear question, and you want to frame the question for the outcome that you desire. And then thirdly, if possible, put a time frame on it. Those 3 things are what you need for a good yes/no question. And sometimes what you need to do is ask several yes/no questions to kind of drill down a little bit. But we'll talk about that more later. So the first thing that I want to talk about is if you ask a silly question, you'll get a silly answer. So if you're asking a question that you're really not invested in and you're just like fooling around, then you're going to get a garbage answer. It's garbage in, garbage out. So probably if you're watching this, you're probably not one of those people that does that, but I'm just putting it out there. Okay, the next thing you need is a very clear question, because sometimes people will ask, is this job good for me? Okay, well, that's not a real clear question, because good, what does good mean? Does it mean that the hours are good for you? Does it mean that you make the money you want to make? Does it mean you enjoy your job? Does it mean you have a good commute? Does it mean it lets you have time with your family? Does it mean it's exciting every day? You know, everybody has a different idea of what a quote-unquote good job would be. You know, to some people, no job is a good job. So you need to be more specific and say something like, is this job fulfilling for me? Does this job pay what I expect to be paid or what I think I deserve to be paid? Do I enjoy the working environment of this job? Those are more specific questions. Moving on. Frame your question so that what you're expecting is the yes. Because that gets you, because with the yes, no, sometimes it can get a little confusing if you don't frame it as you're expecting that yes. So will he ask me to marry him is you're expecting a yes. You're not expecting a no. Okay, so if you were expecting a no, you would need to frame that question differently. Like, will my job end next week? Okay, so if you're expecting that you want your job to end next week, you want a yes out of it, you're always looking for the yes, then that's a good way to frame it. But if you're not wanting your job to end, if you don't want to, have everybody get let go, then you don't frame it that way. You say, will I be able to continue in my current job past next week? Then that's a yes. So it's a little bit subtle, but it avoids confusion. So just frame it for the yes. Okay, next. Time frame. So a lot of questions really need a time frame. Will he ever ask me to marry him? Not a good question, because he may ask you on your deathbed. And that's really not, I'm guaranteeing you, that's not the information that you're after right now. You're asking, is he going to ask me to marry him within the next week, within the next month, within the next year? 10 years, I guarantee you, you're going to forget that you even asked the question or that anybody ever gave you the answer. So not only make it a time frame, but make it a reasonable time frame. Will he ask me to marry him in the next 2 months? That's time frame and a reasonable time frame.